This is the video solution for page 2025 for 7th class going to 8th. So we will start one by one and we will solve each and every question sequence wise. So we can start with the question number first, as you all can see. So how much heat energy is required to convert 250 gram of water ice at 0 degree Celsius into water at 0 degree Celsius? So now we can see what is the process. We have 250 gram of ice, H2O, at 0 degree Celsius. We need to convert into water. So it is actually present in solid form, solid ice, and we need to convert this solid water into liquid form. In liquid we need to convert, and temperature will remain same, 0 degree Celsius. This process is called melting, conversion of solid into liquid, also known as fusion. And we can see latent heat of fusion is given 33,334 joules per gram. So it is given for 1 gram. For 250 gram we can directly multiply it by 250. So our final answer will be 250 multiplied by 334. It will be for this particular process. So we can check what will be the answer after multiplying these two numbers. So 250 multiplied by 334, the answer is 83500. And same thing I can write 8.35 into 10 to power 4. This is the another way of writing the same thing. So that's why option A is correct. Now moving to question number second. If 500 gram of water, 100 grams changes completely into steam. So we have water in liquid form and it is converting into steam, means gaseous form. Now how much heat is absorbed? How much heat is absorbed, that we need to figure out. And we have also given in latent heat of vaporization. So again we can apply directly formula. This is called vaporization, conversion of liquid into gas, and it was given for per gram. But we don't have 1 gram, we have 500 gram. So for 500 gram we can multiply our answer. So 2260 multiplied by 500, this we can apply and we can easily figure out our answer. So 2260 multiplied by 500. So 113000, and again 1 2 3 4 5 6. Same thing I can write 1.13 into 10 to power 6. Both the answer are right, so option 1 is correct. Now question number 3. Which statement correctly explain why a gas exert pressure on the walls of its container? So now, which statement correctly explain why a gas exert pressure on the walls of its container? So there are different reason. The gas particle collide elastically with the wall. So I think this reason explained, but we can read other question. Gas particle are at rest. No, they are not at rest. Gas particle attract each other strongly, but that is not a reason for exerting pressure. And gas particle lose energy on collision. No, they cannot lose energy. So if a container, why container have a pressure? Because there are lots of gas particles which are continuously colliding with the wall, container wall. That's why it is able to make some pressure. So option A is the correct one. Now question number 4. When a few crystals of potassium permanganate KMnO4 are added to water, the color spread evenly throughout. This shows that. So we can see water has color. No, water don't have any color. KMnO4 is heavier than water. No, if KMnO4 will be heavier than water, then it will settle down. Then particles of matter are continuously moving. And last is water react with KMnO4. So the only correct option is particles of matter are continuously moving. That's why the complete thing will become pink. So C is the correct option. Now question number 5. Steam causes more severe burns than boiling water. Steam contains additional latent heat of vaporization. Yes. If we have 100 degrees Celsius water and 100 degrees Celsius steam, then steam can cause more severe burns because it contains enthalpy of latent heat of vaporization, because you are converting liquid into gas. So definitely it will have more energy as compared to liquid water at same temperature. That's why for the right answer for question number 5 is A. Now question number 6. Gas can be easily compressed. and then particle in gas are far apart and have large space between them. Yes, because solid particles are very close. If you check solid particles, they are very close. Liquid particles have some space between them, a little bit space, but gas particle are very far away from each other. They have a lot of space, not like solid or liquid. So it can be for solid, it can be for liquid, and gas particle have a lot of distance between them. That's why we can easily compress them, and particle in gases are far apart due to a larger space. So definitely A is the correct option. Assertion is correct and reason is also correct explanation. Now question number 7. During melting, temperature of ice remain constant. Heat supplied is used in the to break intermolecular forces. Yes. If we have water molecule H2O at 0 degree Celsius, first it will convert into H2O liquid form, but temperature will remain same until all the water converted into liquid form. So temperature will remain constant, means temperature will not change, and heat supplied is used to break intermolecular forces. Yes, because the heat we are giving, it is actually converting heat into, it is converting those bonds, strong bonds of water, and that's why it can convert into liquid form. That's why option A is correct. Now question number 8, we need to match these things. Now there are some filtration method, and then we need to choose which is the correct one. So first is filtration. So filtration we actually use for mud from water. If I want to remove mud from water, we will be using filtration. Then evaporation. So again, everyone knows evaporation means salt from water. And finally magnetic separation, because iron has some magnetic property, so we can easily remove iron with magnetic separation method. So we can see directly correct option is A. Now question number 9. First of all, diffusion. Again we need to match them. Question number 9. First of all, diffusion means, yes, spreading of perfume. Perfume can spread very easily. That is called diffusion, because gas particle always diffuse in a different direction. This is called diffusion. Then condensation. So condensation means cooling of steam. Then condensation will happen. And again sublimation means naphthalene ball disappear. When we have a naphthalene ball, they convert directly into vapors, or we can say directly converted into gas form. This process called sublimation. So for option 9, A is the correct option. Now question number 10, we need to again match them. First of all, we have a solution, so we need to match which is equivalent to which particular part. So question number 10, first of all, we can see solution. Solution actually has uniform composition. Uniform composition means the particle, let's suppose if I am making a salt solution, we have some salt, then if I am taking, let's suppose a small amount of solution I have taken, I can take from either side, I will get same composition, means water and liquid is spreaded throughout uniformly. It's not possible like in some place I will find more salt, in some place I will find less salt in a salt solution. Let's suppose if I have sand and water, then what will happen? If you have a sand and water, then all the sand will settle down at the bottom. All the sand will settle down at the bottom, and remaining water will float top of this sand. So you will have different composition at bottom, different composition over at this particular level. But if you have a salt solution, salt will spread throughout the this particular container wherever you are making the solution. So that's why we call this uniform composition for solution. Then we can check suspension. This is an example of suspension, sand and water. So again, if you have, then large particle will settle down. If you left them undisturbed, then all the sand particle will settle down. That is called a suspension. And finally, collide cannot be prepared by filter paper. Cannot be separated by filter paper. Yes, because colloidal particles are very small. So this is the correct. So again, correct option is